I know you may be wondering, why choose these sorts of birds? Are they even profitable? What's the point? That's exactly what I'm going to answer now. Hi, welcome back to Snap Farming. I am one of the people that believes rearing poultry for a profit, especially the local breeds, is a waste of time for most of the people. It's not that profitable, but I chose to do poultry farming. You'll shortly know why. Using the selection criteria that you now know, rabbits was the best idea. I prepared myself to start them up. I put up a rabbit shelter and was setting myself up, but just before that, something happened. My sister, who is a passionate farmer as well, was relocating to another country and she had some chicken with herself, local chicken. So she didn't have space to keep them. I asked her to bring them over. So she brought me about 9 hens and 2 cocks, and I kept them. I wasn't feeding them anything. I would just open and then they free range. After a few months, the chicken had increased pretty much in number and I had incurred nothing on them. That was surprising because they were having significant growth with literally, apart from sheltering them, no investment. But then they are becoming menace to my neighbor. They would go to the neighbor's garden and keep eating the beans and causing a little bit of commotion. So I needed to put up a shelter in order for me to contain them. So that got me thinking on how I would actually do this, and that led me to this. Remember the first permaculture principle: observe and interact. Exactly. The chicken, maybe they are not profitable, but we could keep them for other reasons as part of a system. And that meant that I would not only keep the chicken, but I would keep the turkeys, I would keep the ducks, I would keep the goose. I would keep them all, one by one. So making money is a good thing, but it's a waste if that can't be sustained. What I am doing now is ensuring that I have a system that builds into each other. The coffee is maintained, but the land in the coffee doesn't remain idle. Coffee typically at about 1 year should not be grown with anything else because its roots are close to the surface and could be harmed while you're digging. Therefore, you will not intercrop it with anything. But I cannot leave that soil idle and unutilized because in the real natural system, there are other things that grow. So to utilize that space, I decided that I will keep poultry, but the kind that can handle conditions in the outside environment. So I would only build for them a shelter to live in, and then they would loiter around outside. To do this well, I had to ensure that it does not disturb the neighbors. Therefore, I had to put a fence, and I'll share that shortly. So in this way, I have birds that don't eat as much food because they spend most of their time loitering, looking for their own food. At the same time, I have a coffee garden. These birds provide some manure for the coffee garden. They eat most of the insects within the coffee, while the coffee provides for them some shade. That's the system that is balancing. So even if the birds may not be very profitable, they can still serve the purpose of building and maintaining the system. This way, we have a system that supports itself. I'm still looking for better ideas, and you can share some thoughts on how we can better do this. Until then, like and subscribe, and let's see how this turns out. See you.